Hey, brothers and sisters, Pastor Dave. It's June the 7th, 2016. The time is 7:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to ask each and every one of you if you would just take a few moments out of your evening to watch this video and to watch this video with your family and with your children. And I hope this video blesses you and touches your heart. I titled this video Christmas in June, and the reason being I can remember growing up as a very young boy, my brother Edward and my sister Suzanne and I, being raised by my grandmother, a strong Christian woman. My father was never in my life, and the memories I have, what few of my father, are that he was abusive and he was an alcoholic. I lost my mother. She passed away when I was only 9 years old, and my grandmother took on the task of raising 3 children, myself, my brother, and my sister. And it was very, very difficult, and we were very, very poor, but we had a lot of love. We had a lot of love in that home. But money was hard to come by. My grandmother did the very best that she could, but I can remember Christmas. It was cold in winter, and I can remember telling my grandma, "Don't worry. It's cold out, it's snowing in Michigan. We had some brutal winters. If we had brand new toys, we couldn't go out in the winter and play. We'll get some toys in the summer." And I knew this broke her heart because she did the very best she could. Sometimes we would get a few clothes from the Goodwill. I remember many a Christmas we got an IOU. Summertime was very difficult, more for my grandmother than for my brother and my sister and myself, because all the neighborhood kids would be out and they would be out there flying airplanes and with their brand new toys, and she just could not get us anything new. And many a time I would catch my grandmother weeping because we just didn't have the money for toys. One instance sticks in my memory, but I don't know how, but me and my brother got these wooden airplanes, and it had a rubber band on the bottom. I remember winding up the propeller, it had a little hook, winding up the propeller and flying our wooden airplanes. I believe she got them at the dime store, the 5 and 10. And I can remember the neighbor lady across the street, kitty corner. Her husband was a fireman. I can remember overhearing her telling her husband, "How does David and Eddie get a toy?" I thought that family was poor. And that has stuck with me all these years. And it hurt me. It hurt me deep. I knew the struggle of raising 3 children. I knew the struggle my grandmother had working just to try to put food on our table. So with our ministry, Trumpet of God Ministries, I want to make sure it's summertime, it's June, but children that are poor and families that are struggling and homeless children and parents and grandparents of poor and homeless children, but they get a brand new toy. It was last week we made the trip to East Point in Detroit, where I have a precious viewer and subscriber by the name of Ellen. She loaded up my wife's vehicle with bag after bag after bag after bag of brand new toys. And we went out today in June and provided Christmas in June to poor children of the street and homeless children. And not only did we put a smile on their face, but we warmed the hearts of the parents and the grandparents. Let me share just a little bit of this with all of you. I want to thank especially Ellen for her donation of the brand new toys to our ministry and outreach to the homeless. And I want to thank my son, Christopher. I'm calling him Pastor Chris. It was a year ago that he was in a coma and he suffered a broken neck, a broken back, a broken scapula, punctured his lungs and had a closed head injury. Wasn't expected to make it, and they expected if he did, he would be a paraplegic. And through prayer and the power of prayer, he's made a full recovery. And today, he helped me distribute these toys, Christmas in June. I hope this has touched you, and I hope it just moves upon your heart to help those that are less fortunate. To put a smile on a young child's face, how Jesus loved the children. If you would like to help contribute to our ministry and outreach to the homeless, we need your help. I'll put the link below in the Show More section right above where you leave your comments. I hope this has blessed you today.